How did the Moka pot become the icon of home coffee? Last night I was cleaning my little Moka pot, that shiny, stubborn piece of Italian engineering that somehow survives every move, and I started thinking, this tiny aluminium hourglass changed the world. How did the simple stovetop pot become one of the most recognizable coffee makers in history? The story begins in Italy in 1933 with a man named Alfonso Bialetti. Coffee culture was booming in cafes thanks to early espresso machines. But those machines were expensive and bulky. If you wanted a rich, strong coffee at home, you were basically out of luck. Bialetti wasn't a barista or a chemist, he was a metal worker. And like all great Italian ideas, this one came from watching everyday life. At the time, Italian households used a device called a lisciaveuse to wash clothes, a boiler that used steam pressure to push soapy water upward. Bialetti watched this and thought, what if steam could push water up through coffee instead? And just like that, the basic engineering idea behind the Moka pot was born. He designed something simple and brilliant. Water in the bottom, coffee grounds in the middle, heat on the stove, and steam pressure forcing the water up through the grounds into the top chamber. No pumps, no electricity, just physics and patience. Then came the design. Aluminium body and a little black handle. Now, aluminium wasn't chosen for aesthetics. Italy had trade sanctions in the 1930s, and aluminium was cheap, available, and modern. But that choice gave the Moka its distinctive industrial look and later a retro charm. Still, it didn't explode in popularity overnight. The person who truly made the Moka famous was Renato Bialetti, Alfonso's son. He turned it into a household staple after World War II with national advertising, and in 1953 he added the now iconic little mustached man, inspired by Renato himself. If you look closely, he's still on every original Moka Express. By the 1950s and 60s, Italian households were changing. Espresso became the dream, coffee became part of daily ritual, and the Moka pot gave families cafe-style coffee without leaving the kitchen. It wasn't just a tool. It became almost a cultural emblem, a symbol of mornings, of grandparents' kitchens, of apartments filled with the smell of fresh coffee bubbling quietly. And yes, the Moka has its quirks. If you rush it, the coffee tastes burnt. If you grind it too fine, it chokes. If you forget it on the stove, well, you will only make that mistake once. But perfecting it feels like being initiated into something. Coffee becomes a tiny ceremony instead of a button press. Today, fancy espresso machines exist, capsules, milk frothers, but the Moka still sits proudly in millions of kitchens. Even in Italy, where the espresso bars are everywhere, the Moka remains a daily ritual in many homes. It survived the rise of modern coffee culture not by competing with it, but by being timeless. It's not just a brewer, it's a piece of design history, a little pressure-powered masterpiece that brought strong coffee into ordinary homes, one stovetop at a time. So next time you hear that soft bubbling and smell that rich aroma creeping through your kitchen, remember, you're using a piece of everyday genius invented almost a century ago, inspired by a laundry pot, powered by steam, and fueled by the very Italian belief that good coffee should belong to everyone. I'm Mari and this is Midnight Question.